This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Introducing Oakley Meta Vanguard, the new performance AI glasses designed for athletes. With hands-free capture on an action-ready ultra-wide camera, powerful open-ear speakers, and built-in Meta AI that syncs with your Garmin devices for real-time insights while you train. Take your performance to the next level with Oakley Meta Vanguard. Athletic intelligence is here. Learn more on meta.com.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros, word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
Hello everyone and welcome to How Are the Podcast. It's Gav and you join us for a special episode. It's that time of year again. There's frost on my car windscreen there as I was driving over and had to put the blowers on full blast, and it's not very nice outside. It's dark, it's damp, but it's also that time of year where I get to speak to this lovely lady. It's Andrea Bell from Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen. Hello, Andrea.
Hello, another year down the line.
Yes.
God, I tell you what, it flies, doesn't it?
It does. Do you want to bring that mic a little bit closer?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Like you're on the karaoke.
Oh, well, here we go then.
Don't sing it, right? How are you?
Really good. To be honest, there's been so many changes at the soup kitchen. It's like a whole different world. Like we've evolved in a completely different direction. So dead exciting, really.
Mm-hmm.
Great team, doing really, really great stuff, and just excited because Christmas is coming. The only downside is I still haven't got my emergency accommodation.
No.
Been fighting for it since 2022, but we have a sad team. Every time we have to turn somebody away, we've got a sad team. But apart from that, things are really pretty good.
Yeah, we'll get into what you've been up to this year and stuff. But as I said, it's cold out there. As we record this, it's Monday night. The weather's just turning, isn't it? I mean, I think I looked ahead on the news earlier, and I think Tuesday this is going to be brutal, and then Wednesday it's going to snow and rain, and temperatures are going to plummet. That's when your service and what you do
basically kicks in, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. It does.
It's all right. It's all right in the summer when you've got people come to you and it's like a little bit warmer and it's bearable. But I mean, this is the real thing, isn't it? When the winter comes,
there seems to be as well, Gav. There seems to be an increase in people who are homeless. Obviously, we've got a horse box, Davy the horse box, that goes to Park Lane and Mowbray Park on a Tuesday and a Saturday. And there's just more and more actual homeless people turning up. Really living in parks, living under bridges, all this sort of stuff.
Living where they can, right?
Pardon?
Just living where they can.
Yeah. Where they're safe, where they can be safe more than anything else. It's quite difficult living on the streets now because we've seen quite a lot of sort of violent incidents occur this year, which is something that's really on the rise compared to other years. So, it's definitely not getting easier for people on the streets.
I'm not surprised. I was going to ask you about that, actually. But it's just sad, isn't it? It is. You used the word sad before, and I go into the city now and I look around the place and I see it developing before my eyes, but yet there's still the same problems under the skin of it.
Like underbelly, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the underbelly of what's still going on. It's not really, really getting any better. And I think, again, issues relating to it, no accommodation. That's quite a tough one. Lots of people who end up with us are what we call revolving doors. They've been in accommodation, back in the park, in accommodation, back in the park. Complex people. But for me, they're still people. There still has to be some element of, whatever the situation is. For me, there should be a provision. So we'll keep plugging away on that one. But we can only give out all the safety stuff. We've still got tent scarf. We've got all of the sleeping bags, hot drinks. I mean, we joke on, we do a 6 plumber spoonfuls of hot chocolate. That's how they like it. We give it with 2, they were saying, it's too weak, this is rubbish. So we had to go to a 6 spooner, but then they put fresh cream and squirty cream and marshmallows on the top. And to be honest with you, a person comes to us quite flat and leaves us a different person. So that's our job to us done. The only downside is it gets no easier for me because a lot of this pressure's on me to try and problem solve and find solutions. And I still go home and feel when I go home to my warm house and, you know, me multiple animals are treated better than humans, I still find it quite difficult.
Yeah, well, because these people would be left with no choice, would they? Otherwise, you know, they couldn't come to you to seek solace or help. What would be out there for them, really? You know, the support of each other, maybe. You know, the people who are out on the streets, do they really look after each other? You know,
I'm not really sure if that's apparent anymore. I think there's a big change in people are trying to survive, and we have definitely found the violence element has definitely become more prolific than the kindness and the camaraderie that used to be. I think times have changed, and that's what we see. And it's just not. It's bad enough them having to brave the elements, but it's not so good when the safety aspect is such a big part of being rough, like a rough sleeper.
Yeah, we always when you chat when we do this every year, we'll always I'll always remember back when I first met you, that very first time, and people listening might have heard this, but I like to tell the story because I'd never even heard of Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen, and then stumbled upon a page on Facebook, been running a month or 2 at that point out of a church in Hendon, and there was queues down the street, and I just couldn't believe that this was a thing. But so much has changed, hasn't it? What's it been now? 6 years?
6 years, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we chat every year, and I ask you like how are things going and how do you do things, it's always changing. How much has actually changed this year in terms of the service of what you provide? Because there was a point when that you were running out the kitchen virtually every day, right? And
well, to be honest with you, we nearly ran out of money.
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, only because you're a charity, we are not one of your wealthy charities. And over a sort of period of time, with all the high expenses, our rents went up. Everybody's rates.
No, it's getting cheaper.
Nothing got cheaper. We had to lose the van, lose the warehouse, just to sort of look at a different direction. And obviously, we've had to put revenue streams in place just really to secure longevity of the charity. Mm-hmm. Completely had to have a big business rethink on how you do it. And the downside for me is just I could not let the people down who I know need us. We're out of hours, and that's where you've got your problem.
Right.
Through the day, I think there's been quite heavily invested by the council, and local charities are there through the day, but on night time, it's not the same. It's the support is sparse. It needs to be more, but it's not. And that's what keeps me gritty and determined to do it, because I know fine well that we are a lot of people's only support in an evening. And I'm not giving that. I'll fight to the end. Simple as that. So we just had to change business models because people in general don't have any money anymore, so they're not giving it. Competition, I would say, for grants is got difficult. We've always been turned down. I've never quite understood why, but now we've got this community hub, Tribeca, that we call it. We've now started to get grants based on the work that we're doing. So we really had to go in this direction to survive. We also we were asked a bit of guidance for not to be given so much free food. We were asked to support like budget and skills, and so what we've done, we still give away, even if they've got no money in mind, they still get food, but they'll get soup and a chocolate bar and a drink. But for £1, they get we call it 12 for 12. They buy a card, which again is great because a lot of people they're rich for 2 days and skint for the rest of the month. So this was a scheme to try and get them to budget. So they buy £12 worth of food out of their bed. Everybody gets benefits, even homeless people, unless they're sanctioned. And literally, when they've run out of money, they've still got the food.
Yeah.
And then included in that, so they get 12 meals for £12. Like you get mince and dumplings and a cake and custard for £1. Okay, so we were saying, we're trying to encourage you to budget your money on living and not lifestyle. So that, and it's successfully done. It's we get £1 a meal. It's not exactly keeping us afloat, but it was some commitment from them, and there's a different dignity. People come through the door differently when they're not getting it for free.
Yeah.
So that's been a really sort of huge success. And the other side of things is, I don't want to be offensive here. I don't like the word food bank. I wish we could change it. I just think it's a word that gives you the wrong impression from the start. There's lots of people who work needs food support, and I just wish we had a more neutral wording for it. So, ours is sort of a step up from a food bank. It's food that you would make a meal. So we've got Macca Meal, which is our little service, Macca Meal. So you come like a cupboard, like a grocery store, and you pick out exactly what you want. So for this £12, you get 12 meals. You get free access to Macca Meal, which you get 10 items, which is like tinned steak and, things you'd make a meal with. And then you get whatever. We've got food bank item. We just top that up on top. So we've been going since April with this. And it's worked out where, say, a single man is only spending £12 on his whole month's shopping. So he can put his heating on and he can put his cooker on and all this sort of stuff. So it's turned out to be quite a successful little scheme, which I was panicking wasn't going to work, but it has. The dignified side of it, where people are coming completely different.
To be honest, as I'm listening to you talk there, that's the big thing. If I was in that situation, I think I'd feel more reluctant just turning up asking for help.
I mean, Gav, whether it's £1 or £15 for the meal, what difference does it make? You're still paying for it.
Yeah.
So that's the element where I never anticipated the success in it, but it's turned out to be the best thing ever because people are different. People's attitude and the self-esteem about themselves is different.
Do you find people are taking a bit of pride in the fact they can go home and make something and tell you about it? And
we discuss menus and everything.
Yeah.
When you're doing the Macca Meal, I mean, we always joke about tinned potatoes. If you whop your tinned potatoes in an air fryer, little bit of seasoning on the outside, they're like nectar. So
I'd do that in the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's just little kind of tips on how to take the basic tinned item and make it a bit more like funky and enjoyable. So we do things like that when we're talking, so sharing recipes, and they tell us their recipe. So it's, we get a bit of feedback. The conversations in Macca Meal are awesome. We give them time as well. We don't rush them in and rush them out. There's time to talk and time to discuss things. And
that's a big part of it as well. It's not, when you're saying about people talking, a lot of people who are struggling, they don't have that social side of their life, where they can, like I can say to me, mate, do you want to go for a pint down the pub or whatever? They maybe don't have that luxury to be able to do that. And it might be some of the only conversation that they have with somebody where it's non-judgmental that day, They might come in and see you and they might be like, I can't wait to speak to Andrea. Can't wait to speak to the staff at the kitchen.
I tell you what's funny, man. I try and wash up. I know it sounds daft. I try and stay at the back, washing up out the back. And all I get is, Andrea, this one wants you, this one wants you. It's always just either to say hello or can you just guide us in this and guide us in that. And to be honest with you, the team are just so special now. Oh, gosh, if you could pick a dream team, they've just really came on board for all the right reason. They're there to make a difference, which is just incredible. And every time a person walks through the door, you can see them a bit flat, but by the time they leave, they're not. And the people who serve front of house, they treat them really special. They get really, really lovely treatment, which is all I want for people.
It's Mackham hospitality, isn't it? That's what it is.
Well, it was funny because I was with Paul Kingsmore and I was trying to explain to him. I said, I wasn't rude to him, but I just said, you wouldn't understand what being a Mackham is. Because you're not Mackham, you don't understand this sort of heart inner strangeness that we have for compassion to community. I said, you just if you're not from something, you'll not understand. He said, I'm trying to learn like this sort of thing. He was lovely, and he was obviously really on board with things, but I was just trying to explain, we're just a weird breed. Just a weird breed, but I think we're a very kind and caring community, and people sort of, I know this sounds awful, sometimes I see posts on our Facebook page and people are knocking sort of Hendon and the East End. I love it, me. It's just the best community. It's still community. It's still friendly, and everybody looks after each other in like, the normal sort of everyday people look after each other. Oh, I love it, me. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Do you know, as for Hendon, one of my favourite restaurants is in Hendon. Knowledge.
I
love it.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time I ever went there was with you, your team, when you invited us for the night. We had food there. I love the place. And I tell people it's in Hendon, they go, eh? And I just think there's such this perception it's Sunderland at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what part of Sunderland it is. The Mackhams, the Sunderland people.
And plus as well, we kind of try to work with our community. We work a lot in 1719, that beautiful church now. That's just a landmark that everybody should get to see at some point. So we try and make our events there and try and keep everything in the community so everybody helps one another. And that's the way, the old school way that that's what I love about our job, that old school togetherness. I love it.
Well, you mentioned Paul Kingsmore, who obviously he's a CEO at Sunderland, isn't he?
COO, I think.
I might be getting his job title wrong there, but
Yep.
obviously, very high up at the football club. And there is a sort of new wave coming out of Sunderland right now, and I mentioned it before, you look around the city and the development and everything, but a lot of that's the success of the football team on the pitch.
God, absolutely. It's got to be the paramount. It's got to be paramount in the success of the city. Yeah, of course
you drive through the place now, and there's a giant mural of Dan Ballard and Tommy Watson and till the end, and we're going to get on
yeah.
We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
But the way that the football club's going right now, I work in Sunderland. I spend all my time and money in Sunderland. I love the place, and I see it. I can't believe the difference it's made to people's mood and attitude and feelings, that the football club's in such a healthy place. Do you see that when you've got people coming in to see you, and I bet they're bouncing when they're coming in talking about the football team when we've had a good performance on a Saturday?
Well, if you look at it, we've got 21 season tickets, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got a lovely supporter donates part, and the club sort of match it. So we've got 21 people go. So
fair play at the club, by the way. They've done that for a few years now, haven't they?
Oh, they have.
Yeah.
Something, the club have been amazing to us. Absolutely amazing. And we've got people who would never get the opportunity to go. Buzz. I mean, some of them.
Not now. It sells out every week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So just the fact of the feedback after they've been to the match and the just the way it makes them feel. I don't think people, unless you can get in that crowd atmosphere and feel it, can understand what joy this must bring to people who could never get there in a million years.
Yeah. Well, it like I say, it's difficult now anyways to get tickets for games and stuff, but it's more it's like you say, it's expensive. It's bloody expensive. I see the money coming out my bank, and I kind of cringe a little bit. I cringe a little bit less now that we're good, mind.
I was going to say, it's worth it. It's well worth it at the minute, isn't it? So
when I was going in League One and the Championship, maybe less so. But it is true, isn't it, that impact of the football team that it can have on just the mood of people. It's like I think back when you first started the Soup Kitchen up, right? 6 years ago, the football club was on the floor. And I remember having a conversation with two lads who were Sunderland fans in the queue who they were homeless. They were living in Mowbray Park, I think. But the first thing they wanted to talk about, because they had a Sunderland hat on, was Sunderland. And it doesn't matter whether you're somebody living in a tent in a park or you're somebody who's driving around a posh car and all that. If you're a Sunderland fan, you're a Sunderland fan. If you're a Matram, you're a Matram, right? And that's what I've loved about doing this over the years, is that people who are a little bit more well off and they can dip their hand in their pocket and they can help, at the end of the day, they just see people struggling in their city and they want to help. And that, to me, I think it's humbling, to be honest.
Well, just going back to Paul Kingsmore, I had an idea, Gav. I know they do a sleep out at the stadium, and I've attended it. Okay, a little bit corporate, but it's quite corporate. I had Liverpool recently have done a big where there was 400 people slept out rough. And I've approached the club first of all. I won't give up. They're just my first choice to ask if that could be the venue. And I'd like it to be more of a raw experience. And then for me, I mean, I don't want any fundraising for the Soup Kitchen. I don't want any sponsorship, nothing like that. What I want is for people not to be able to take food. Right. I want them to only take 2 bottles of water for that whole 24-hour period. We will turn up with a broth with dumplings, and then people will understand the value of food in their situation. Yeah. So that's what I wanted. That's the awareness that I want to be. That how different a person will be after that one bowl of soup or a dumpling in it.
Well, even like we just said there with the weather, I can't even imagine what it's like sleeping out in that. But should we do something like that, I think it would be fantastic just to get the experience to see. Maybe not fantastic's not the right word, but you know what I mean. To just go and understand for one night how difficult that is, and then imagine living like that. And I do think that's probably something that a lot of people have to experience to understand.
Do you know what I think is quite sort of difficult with this? They don't have any choice.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah,
it's we've got choice. We can go and we can put the heating on. We can put an extra cover on. We can go and have a nice bath to warm up. We can just do all that sort of stuff. When you look at people, I mean, when I talk to them, the biggest problem is when it's cold and wet. They can live with cold and dry because your clothes don't get so damp and you're not trying to dry your stuff one day after the other. But cold and wet is just because they're soaked to the skin. and that is that's what they say is the hardest part. And if you think they've got no real cover. Where they have to do is a temporary cover, or it's a makeshift, and it's not going to be the cleanest and tidiest, so it can't keep their stuff. I mean, there's places to go and wash, don't get us wrong, but it's still not as easy when you're living on the streets with damp bedding. And I mean, lovely, kind people offer us wool blankets, but they can't get wool blankets dry. Mm-hmm. So it's just really known the difficulty of the conditions. And if we do this raising awareness, I don't want to be like awful about anything. I just want people to understand what people have to go through, and I want people made important. I mean, the people who I look after, I think sometimes aren't seen as important. Well, I think they are. So I would like, as a city, for us to realise people who are living like this are still important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a big thing going forward, isn't it? Because you mentioned all the different revenue streams that the Soup Kitchen has now to be able to just survive as a charity.
Yeah.
But going forward, it's all, well, not all, but a lot going to be about just raising awareness, raising...
yeah, exactly. But I mean, we've moved. You've known us from day one. We've gone from waste food, the yellow bags from supermarkets, to real food. And then what we've obviously moved into going forward, the revenue, if I could cut the charity down the middle, people's money go to the Soup Kitchen. The revenue money pays insurances, and we've actually managed to get some grants for some part of the wages. So it's not so much that, but this sort of revenue on one side of the building, and public money goes into the Soup Kitchen. But the whole sort of point was I wanted to move forward in people's care. We've done the food, we've mastered the food. And so now in Tribeca, our little hub, we've got Alcoholics Anonymous in there. We've got domestic violence, chatty cafe starting. But I want the chatty cafe because I don't want to steer somebody in a direction. I want to know where they want to go. So that's the kind of idea of the chatty cafe. And then today somebody's actually contacted me about helping people to stop smoking. Now, it's not just about the health aspects of smoking, it's the cost of it.
Well, that's it.
I know that sounds really random.
I
think it's about between £11 and £15. But it's still an addiction that they have to sort of cater for. So again, if we can just chip away at all these little things that can improve a person's life in Tribeca, that to me is a massive next step in success. But it's not, I mean, say if we did a fundraise, that's not where that money goes. The money goes back into the Soup Kitchen. Mm-hmm. We've really made quite a strong divide. But as in the care side of things, I mean, we've got educational courses. We've got a 10-week cookery course for people who are struggling. At the end, they get a slow cooker. There better be slow cooker specialists at the end of it. But again, we've got energy advice linked to what we do now. We've got carbon monoxide detectors. We've got thermometers that you've got to try and keep a healthy temperature in your house. If it's too cold, you need to put, if you haven't got heating on, you need to put more blankets on. We've got ways to save your money, and that's all going on in Tribeca, and that's where we've evolved literally within the last 12 months because we felt we had to.
That's fantastic, really. When you think about sort of the reasons why, everyone's got their own story, right? There's a reason why someone's at your door looking for help or assistance. And, and I've seen this accusation levelled at homeless charities and things about, well, you're just masking the problem. I don't think that's true. But what I do think is really important is that there's an education in all of this. They're not just turning up to receive food. If you can offer them a service that's going to improve their life, I think that's so important. Teaching somebody how to cook, teaching them efficient ways to cook. You just said about slow cookers, one of the most efficient ways to cook.
And just you can put anything into a slow cooker, and if you put a few herbs and bits and pieces, you get more than one meal. You can batch. Mm-hmm. We'll teach them to batch cook and how to. I mean, part of the course is where you store things in your fridge. Mm-hmm. Remember to wash your hands after you've touched raw chicken. Just little things that are very small but quite significant, important life skills.
So that's it. People living in poverty may not have had anybody show them how to cook a meal. May have grown up in a household where their parents struggled. They maybe didn't live off the best food. They didn't have a mum or a dad around who could show them how to make a pie or a quiche or a lasagna. You know what I mean? These are things that you probably don't even think about. People who've had a hard life, they've probably never had anybody show them these things,
Thing is, when people come to us, you've got to remember, most people that cook in our kitchen are over 50. So you're getting proper, what they call nana food, isn't it? It's all flavoured like your nana would. It's just the best. Now, somebody who lives on the poverty line or, struggling, to get that homemade meal, the mince and dumplings with your mashed potato or your choice of umpteen vegetables, all this sort of stuff. It's sheer luxury. It's what we take for granted every single day, but not the people who we come. That's why they love coming. And then, like, I don't know, Jan's like old school cake. It goes down a storm. Everybody loves that cake. And Irene does a lovely sticky toffee pudding. And Dino's a sticky toffee pudding, the chef. And there's just all these little character dishes. And what we do, we print the menu out in advance. Because they've got this card, they can choose to come whenever they want.
All right.
They don't have to come every day. If they don't like pasta bolognese, they don't come. It's a choice thing now. It's like a Costa card, you'll stamp it when you come and then you've still got 11 left, that type of thing. So we show them the menu and we get lovely messages. Oh, cannot wait. They love chicken curry for some reason. I don't know, chicken curry. Well, cannot wait for the chicken curry. And next week we're doing, it's Friday, we're doing a chicken dinner with Yorkshire puddings and things. And for Christmas, I was thinking about doing a massive Yorkshire pudding, like folded over, like a Sunday dinner pasty type Yorkshire pudding. So there's just all these little ideas come from things because I know that's what they like. Mm-hmm. Just the old school home. I mean, Gav, going back to it, a lot of the people who we support, they're probably third generation takeaway people.
Yeah.
I know that sounds awful. Sometimes I've given people a bag of pasta and they look at us like, okay, like, what am I going to do with this? And I said, you don't know how to? I said, okay, we'll tell you how to do it. But you presume a person knows how to do a bag of pasta, or you presume the person can read the instructions. And that's just not always the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what does Christmas look like since you mentioned it there? What does it look like this year for the Soup Kitchen? What's your plan of action?
Bit of a rebel this year, Fed. We're closing for the first year.
Oh, yeah.
We are, yes. To be honest with you, it's not a personal decision, it's a big decision. My sister died this year, and I think it's hit home the value of family. So, people who've worked 6 years in a row and missed their family for the last 6 years, I just think it's time to give them the time with their family. But Christmas Eve, they get a Christmas Day breakfast, all their Christmas gifts in a bag. They get a Christmas dinner to take away. They get their tea on that night anyway. So it's not like they're going to be without the pleasures of Christmas. I just need our team to be important this year.
Yeah.
Just this year, see how it goes. They need some time with their families, and it's just important. To me, it's important.
No, well, I can totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are still getting spoiled either way, aren't they? Yeah.
Spoiled rotten. We've got loads organised. Brenda, our brilliant cake maker, she was on the other day with a little surprise. Like, she was talking about little individual like Christmas cakes and things, and just all this stuff that they really throw their heart and soul into to make it a very, very special day for people who would never get these kind of
that's a luxury.
Treats. It's like treats, that's exactly.
Luxury, isn't it? Yeah.
People do the shoebox, and we've gone on from a shoebox with razors and things like that in, and now they do sweet treats with the clear plastic on. And what we do, we say to the person, you choose which one you like. What I don't like, I don't like being handed things. I like people to be a person's choice. I think that's the big dignity in the way that we work. Even if it's somebody who's turned up with no money, they'll still say, what soup would you like? You're not just going to get one. Which soup would you like? And again, that's important to me. But this year, we've worked alongside Dunelm, in that tag system. So it's give us time to talk to people. And we sort of know them one bloke's asked for seeds. So we've obviously added a bit to that. So this year, we know probably each person's gift will be very, very much right for them. And I think it's what a person wants, not what a person gets. And that actually, can I just shout aloud? It's still going on. Can you vote for us, please? We've been voted in a national competition to get, those vouchers that you get from the city of Sunderland where you can spend it in restaurants and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We're in for that. It's £1,000. If we win, I'm going to give it all back out to the guests. Can you imagine them being able to go for their own restaurant meal or pick a T-shirt that they actually want?
How do we vote?
Well, I'll get it on the Facebook page. We've got a little link. Sunderland Bid are behind us on this because not very many North East charities get this far. So I'm so excited. But just if we get that £1,000, we can put that as a voucher in a card. And as I say, for me, the big thing is just the fact that they're going to be able to say, oh my God, I can go and get what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope we win that. That would be lovely. But Christmas this year, apart from not being open, but I have discussed with St Mary's Church. They're open, so I've already spoke with Bev and explained that we wouldn't be open. Could she take over the overspill, and if she needs any help, to give us a shout, because we'd happily help with ingredients and all that sort of stuff. So Christmas is a bit different, and we're staying open. We're not closing for Christmas this year, but we're staying open the rest of it.
Yeah.
So we closed last time, and this time we're staying open, but just closing Christmas Day. So big change, but really, I think I've probably put my team first this year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I think
6 years, yeah.
people are selfless and, you know, it's the most important time of the year for a lot of people, isn't it? And, you know,
Do you know something, Gav? We were talking the other day. Times have changed. I mean, you're now like a married man. What's all that about? You were just young, single, free when we first met, but you've all got commitments. And times change, and lots of things have changed in our 6-year journey. Some people have passed away. You know, like, I think you've got to start to evaluate the value of your time together.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done this year.
Yeah.
We've just, your family and your friends and your togetherness. Christmas is complicated, isn't it? It's emotional. It's a weird time of year. So I think you've just got to try and make some memories, make the best of it.
Yeah. So we're going to change the approach slightly this year with fundraising, aren't we? So,
Yes.
you know, we've been very, very aggressive over the last sort of 5-6 years with, you know, drumming people across the head repeatedly, saying, donate if you can, donate. With similar to sort of the way you've just spoken there about the way that you're doing things with the kitchen now, and you know, we are slowing it down a little bit. That doesn't mean people can't help us.
No. I just can I explain?
Yeah.
All over the internet now, feed somebody for a £5. How many people have we got to feed in the northeast for this £5? Like, so I want to be really upfront. I've got all the food for Christmas. I work for 6 years with good relationships with people, and this year I don't have to ask people because people will support the meat. People will support the dessert. So I would like a whole different, less aggressive, like we've said.
Yeah.
Of course we need help, but I would like us to be recognised for the work we do all year round. We're like a charity that's not just for Christmas.
Yeah.
We're like all year round, every week, day in, day out. So I'm hoping that we can get people on board with us, even just coming down to bake sales and coming to our little boutique shop with our little designer clothes and choosing to come and just put some money in the coffers that way. And it's just this aggressive Christmas. All I see all over social media, I think it's too much.
Yeah.
I think it's putting people under. If people can pay it, that's great. But it's an emotional time for people, and I just personally don't think it's the right time. I think you and I changing tactics. Well, you and yourself and Roker report. It's not that we're not going to ask for it. We will say, look, if you want to help, it's to help us all year round.
Yeah.
It's not just for Christmas. So that's the message we're trying to get across. And it will not be aggressive.
Yeah.
It will just be like, if you want to help, we'd love for your help. But no, not these big aggressive. And plus as well, the top and bottom of it, I want people like yourselves to have a normal December. It's awful, isn't it? I mean, I'm not being funny. It's a wonderful, wonderful gesture. But from morning till late at night, you're on the go constantly. And I don't know. I just think there's different ways to, maybe it's all year round. If you did the sleep out with us, if you come at the bake sales, and yeah, it just doesn't have to be as aggressive.
Yeah. So people will see a bit of a difference in the way that we do it.
Yeah.
I am still going to open a GoFundMe link, but we'll keep it open. It won't just be for December, as Andrea says. You know, people will be able to support it as and when they want. Obviously, that money goes directly to the soup kitchen. But the most important thing here is not just from us at Roker Report and yourselves and what have you, but for the people who are very well accustomed with what you do now and have done for the last 6 years, if we've been on this journey every winter, is to do exactly what you've just said. You know, pop down to the shop, down to Funky G.
Yeah.
Check out the clothes. It's a good shop. It's not just your average. It's not a charity shop.
No,
it's not a charity shop.
Stuff.
It's a vintage clothes shop.
Yeah.
It's beautifully decorated. It is. It's fantastic, isn't it? And
yes.
You know, there's also for me the best way. I check every single day your Facebook account. I love it because you're up to different things all the time. And I think I've already had people messaging us over the last couple of weeks saying, you know, when's it kicking off? When's this starting? And I'm thinking, we maybe just need to change that perception of Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen in the conscience of people.
Yep.
Is that we don't just help you in December
no,
as a community. We help you all year round.
Roker Report helps us all year round, and this is probably the message that we're just trying to be quite clear about. Mm-hmm. And I mean, look, we want to make really clear. Of course, we're not saying don't give us money. It's not that at all. If it's the person who wants to give it, who can afford to give it, that's fine. We just don't want to be pressurising at this. Christmas is it's a difficult time for everybody, Gav. And especially when the weather's going to plummet, people have to put their heating up regardless of their financial situation. It's just, we're being sensitive to people's issues. Mm-hmm. So that's the change this year. I mean, can we get on to the socks?
Yeah, so I was going to bring... So
love it.
we're recording this on Monday night. this podcast will be out on Wednesday morning, which is the day that this year's Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen and Sock Council collab drops. So with great thanks to Reuven Fletcher over at Sock Council. This year's design is till the end. Of course, it has to be. I mean, this whole year for Sunderland has been about till the end. I've just seen the finished product today. They're unbelievable. They're better than I thought they were going to be. And that's not to say I didn't think they were going to be great. I just saw them and I was like, wow, they're brilliant.
I mean, they are the perfect Christmas gift for any Sunderland supporter.
And they're a take on the mural, which is in the town. So it's completely based off the design of the mural, which is, as you drive through Sunderland now, you'll see it. I'm sure everybody's seen it. But those will be going on sale today. They're a limited run, initially at least. They're a limited run, which is important to us because it means, the must-have. People want them. You aren't going to have long to get them.
But there's something more.
There is something more. So Reuven, people who don't know Reuven's a Newcastle fan, a proper Newcastle fan. He goes home, away, Europe, you name it.
Hardcore, really, isn't
proper hardcore Newcastle fan. But he supported this every single year and he's been brilliant. Can't fault the guy. It's got nothing to do with who he supports. I tell you what, he's just a lovely bloke who does a lot of good stuff and has supported Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen for 4 or 5 years now. And to be honest, he doesn't have to do it. He reached out to me and said, I want to help. I just think that's brilliant.
Sorry, Gav. I describe Reuven as just going along with a woman that's nearly 60. I think I pressurise him. Yeah, it's nothing to do with football. I just think he really sort of loves the sort of the way that we help people. Yeah. So Reuven is more than just football. Yeah. He's got a massive heart. He's lovely.
The important bit here is he actually put this on himself. So, I'm going to let him take the blame for it. But he said that if we sell every pair of socks by the 3rd of December, don't know what's important about the 3rd, but I'll leave that with him. He will wear a pair of these socks in the away end at the derby is it the 13th of December? So that's the bit from us, from Sunderland fans. If we sell every pair of these socks in time for the 3rd of December, there's going to be a mag in the away end wearing till the end socks with Tommy Watson and Dan Ballard,
who will be absolutely tortured. I've spoken to him today. He went, "I will be tortured," and he just said, "But if it's for a good cause, if you can obviously clear the stock of the socks by the 3rd, so we've got a mission on everybody. We've got a bit of a mission to get this guy tortured." And it was just a lovely thought that's the kind of camaraderie that he's trying to.
Yeah, obviously we're massive rivals on and off the pitch, Sunderland and Newcastle fans. But, it's fantastic that that Reuven's been able to come together with us and do what he's done. So the socks on sale today. I will be posting the links all over our social media. I'll also put in the show notes to this podcast. So if you want to head across to buy a pair, they're reasonably priced. I think they're at $9.99. Yeah, $9.99 a pair, which I think is fantastic. They're really good quality socks. Like I say, we've done this now for 4 years, I think, different design each time. They always sell out really quickly. They're proper must-have, and to be honest, they're a brilliant
I think these
Christmas
are the
gift.
best to you.
Oh,
I like these ones.
They're my favourite ones. I mean, they've all been good. I like the Loch Ness Drogba ones that he did, and even last year with the Chris Rigoliole ones, they were brilliant. But these ones, just because of the year we've had and what till the end means to Sunderland, it's become over my time as a Sunderland fan, we've had various mottos that you associate with the football club. But I think till the end's going to follow us about now for the rest of the time. So, yes, if people want to buy a pair, they can do, and that would be brilliant. You're not only getting a really, really great pair of socks and a gift for somebody, perhaps. You're going to be supporting Andrea and the Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen with what they do. And also coming up, as well as the socks and the fundraising and Christmas and all these other mad things that are going off, on the 29th of November, you're doing a food collection. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to take Davy the horse box. We park up next to the Bobby Stokoe statue, and this year it's obviously we'll probably put a list on Facebook if that's okay, because it needs to be quite specific meal items.
Yeah.
And then we've got toiletries.
Right.
If we could obviously collect some toiletries. No sprays, if that's okay. There'll be roll-on deodorants for obvious reasons. But if we could have some help with that. And then the other thing, we just have to thank the club and the Bradley Lowry team that have let us take some families to the Leeds match. They've given us the box for the day. So we've got some autistic young people going there and some families that just would never get the opportunity to go. So for the Bradley Lowry Foundation and the club, Sharon and Dan and everybody who's been behind and Chris to organise it, we just can't thank you enough. What a way to end a year.
Yeah, it's fantastic that what they do there with the box of the Bradley Lowry Foundation. Like they invite the first every game now, don't they? Invite people in who basically, as you say, otherwise wouldn't get that experience to. And I just think again it kind of underlines what I said before and what you said before about the season tickets and things like that. You're providing people with opportunities to do things that they wouldn't get to do, and like I go into work on a Monday morning and everybody's how well did we play on Saturday and talking about the result and this, that, and the other. These are people that can have the same conversations. Go, I was at the match on Saturday, And Sunderland brings people together. The football club brings people together in a way that I don't even think you can really explain. I think it's really difficult to explain. And like over the 6 years we've done this, I mean, the fundraising's been unbelievable, but it's brought people together. And I think that's just a really nice way to kind of see it, is that we bring people together. What you do, you bring people together. I think Sunderland people, they're just so good at supporting one another. And, like all these little things that we do, all the little initiatives that you do through the year, and there's millions. I'm talking about the socks, for God's sake. It's one thing you do. You're on this all the time. It's what you do.
Trying to reinvent the wheel all the time just to survive, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is as well, Gav, what you've got to look at, I think, I was in a meeting with David Bruce, just chatting about bits and pieces, and we were talking about fan centricity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how you get it right. And this year, just the fans, I think, look at all those, the Remembrance Days, our stadium now has to be recognised as Major League big, as in entertainment value and looking after the fans and understanding the community and things. And that's what I think it's all. The football are doing great, but I just think the whole package is working at the minute. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the city's on the up. The club is doing. We never thought we'd be doing as well as this. No disrespect to Newcastle United, but never ever thought we would be above Newcastle United. Do you know what I mean?
Stage,
in the Premier League. But look at the fans. Even if you see social media, the passion and it's just hard to describe, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that positivity that's buzzing throughout the whole city. But again, I think that's great. Let's keep it on the up. Christmas, again, we were talking about it being a sad time for people, but it's also the best time for football, isn't it? It's the time when everybody comes together, and when we meet people outside the stadium, oh my gosh, they are absolutely incredible. So supportive, hugs, everybody hugs, and there's just so much going on, and loads of people get out of cars, drop the food off, say well done and congratulations on, doing this and doing that. They always say about Roker Report being, you're doing well with this and you're doing well with that. What they don't realise is you like me extended family. I absolutely love you to bits. But everything's on the up.
Yeah.
I think it's just a very, very positive world. Even at the Soup Kitchen, we've evolved into ways where we had to evolve to make change, but it's really, really gone in a really good direction. So again, if people don't follow us on Facebook, if you can have a look and feel the love that we give and work alongside us all year, that'll keep us in a nicer position than just, as you say, we're not just the charity for Christmas, we're for all year round.
Yeah. So just to round off, buy the socks. That's the most important thing. Not only because it's going to a great cause and you get something fantastic, but I want to see Reuven wearing them socks at the derby.
Oh gosh, so do I.
So yes,
drop us some
absolutely.
lovely food off if that's all right, to
Yes.
help people over Christmas.
Yes, so on the
If you want to
29th
put a selection box in, that's always helpful. If you want to drop some selection boxes
That's
in.
the 29th of November, the Bournemouth game. Is that right?
Oh gosh, is it? No.
Get your dates up, come on.
Yeah, 29th of November.
Yeah, 29th of November.
Yeah, so it just means that we can get people ready,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to try and be, by the middle of December, you like to know what you've got for everybody, so nobody's missing out. And
so
we
that we'll support that, and we'll be posting that everywhere. So if people want to see the lists and things, you can see if they're us. But to be honest, I think people need to, if they're on Facebook, they need to be liking your page, sign up to the notifications, all those sort of things, because then you get to see what's actually going on. You don't have to wait once a year to listen to me and Andrea chat. I read that page religiously every day. I love seeing what you're up to. So head over to Facebook and keep an eye on what's going on over there. And of course, we're going to put the GoFundMe link out in December, but it'll stay open. It won't just be a case where we get to the end of December and that's it. We'll be directing traffic that way. The link will remain in the show notes for every podcast from how the podcast going forward. So if you ever need to just find somewhere to head to be able to donate to Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen, of course you can do that. But as we said before, we're not going to be as aggressive with it.
No.
We just want people to do it if they can do it. And, if you can't, it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
We want to have fun with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to be, our relationship is just lovely. And if people can just pick up on that loveliness and share Christmas with us and make it lovely for the people we help, and that's the aim of the game here. It's not about taking your money off you. It's about making the difference, isn't it?
Yeah. So show support wherever you can, definitely with Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen. And we'll be hearing a lot more from Andrea through the year. We'll be checking in more often, more than just in December, just to keep on top of things and make sure that everyone can support in other ways as well. But of course, the best way to support Sunderland Community Soup Kitchen is to go live and direct, I think, and make sure you're keeping up with all the updates and all the events that's going on. As you said, the bake sales that go on through the summer, and head to Tribeca, check out the clothes. Hey, it's nearly Christmas. People need new clothes for Christmas. Nice
Actually,
stuff.
people could, if you don't mind, if you're renewing your wardrobe.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it is sort of higher end, high street, up to designer items, because it is a more of a boutique. But if you're going to throw out, because you're replacing this Christmas, if we could have your donations, that would be absolutely incredible.
Brilliant. So there's more than one way to help support the Soup Kitchen this year. So we'll be back probably tomorrow with another podcast. Sunderland have got a game this weekend, playing Fulham at the weekend. Hopefully the positivity you felt from listening to this chat helps take us into that game. We're getting another 3 points at the weekend, and I'm sure when we see Andrea at the Bournemouth game, and we might have a little chat there, and we'll get an update off you, just see how things are going. But make sure you support, and hopefully by that point, Sunderland are firmly in the top 4 of the Premier League, and that good feeling that everyone's feeling at the minute.
Can we just sit on the back of this lovely wave? It's awesome, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And can I just say thanks, Roker Report, for being beside us every step. You have been just the best people to be working alongside. You're wonderful, wonderful people. And Sunderland Football Club, got to give them a massive thanks for the support that they give. We're a very relatively small charity, but they make a big difference. So thanks, Sunderland Football Club.
Yeah, I'm going to let Andrea have that last word. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later.
Good night.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Hi, this is Robert Mays from The Athletic. This time of year always gets busy, but that's when having Peloton in my life really makes a difference. The new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ, helps me fit in great workouts no matter what's on my schedule. It's Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move. Peloton IQ plans your workouts, tracks your progress, and corrects your form so you can train smarter and make the most of your time. Let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross-Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.